Early this morning, I had an opportunity to use one of my infamous conversation starters. Me and Faith went to IHOP, and there was this older man that came in and sat down next to us, and he was in a terrible mood. And he said, why are all these people here? Why aren't they at work? And I thought, oh no, this is going to be a live one. And then he even went as far as to sit next to me and look on my phone and say, you hope you don't have TikTok on there. They're going to ban that. And then he said, what's the weather going to be tomorrow? You have the app, look it up. And I thought, oh my goodness. And I put my phone away and I looked at him and I just said, how are you today? And he said, oh, I'm hungry. And I said, I gather as much. And I said, my name is Angel. What's your name? And he said, Bob. I said, hello, Bob. It's nice to meet you. And he said, I don't know, why are the kids here? How come they're not in school? And I explained about it's snowing earlier this morning and the buses and everything like that. Um, and then I kind of, was questioning, is this a divine appointment? So I asked him, I said, Bob, do you have a home church that you go to around here? And he said, pardon? I said, do you have a home church that you go to around here? He said, I'm not from around here. I think he said he's from like Lovettsville or something. I don't even know where that is. And I said, do you have a home church there? And he said yes. And of course, I wanted to make sure he wasn't one of those people that go to church just Easter and Christmas and maybe a funeral or wedding. I said, do you serve there? And he said, yes, he was an usher. And I'm thinking, okay, well, he must be saved. I said, I love Jesus. Do you love Jesus? He said, certainly. And then I opened my phone back up and I showed him some pictures of my daughter's ultrasound today. And then he opened his phone up and he showed me this new baby boy that was his niece gave birth to. And then he started sharing how she had dealt with some medical issues lately, and I got to minister to him. He really cares about her. And just to remind him that God is the great physician, and that he is the mighty healer, and that he is going to make a way where there seems to be no way, and God's got this. So even though he was saved, God still used me to minister to him. And always be willing to do that. He wants to use us for all kinds of things, not just for sowing seeds or winning souls. Sometimes he wants us and uses us to encourage the saints, right? Our brothers and sisters in Christ. Well, I'm almost out of time, but you guys have a great day.